Alright, so I wasn't expecting to do another comic review, but this one I kind of finished pretty fast. And this is a book that I got for myself, and that is Star Wars Inquisitors. This is, I know, I haven't done anything Star Wars in a while. Probably because, like, I'm kind of falling out of love with Star Wars. But I did want to get this for one reason, and there's another book I got for myself because it was more like it wasn't so much I was like, oh, I can't wait to read this. It was more like an obligate. It felt more like an obligation because I've been basically following that comic since its like inception in trade, and that is the Darth Vader series. I've been following all of the Darth Vader comics since the Karen Gillan run, which is goated, by the way. Then I followed with the Charles Soule run that was set after the events of Revenge of the Sith, and the past 10 volumes of Greg Pak's mid, and I do stress mid, Darth Vader run, which lasted longer than the other two, than Soule or Gillan's run of Darth Vader. And that one, it was more like, that one was very much like, hey, I am just going to get this book, read it, review it, and just finish this obligation because, like, I've been following the Darth Vader comics for it's been now, like, 10 years. So, it's been a constant on this channel, the Darth Vader comic reviews. Give or take. I think I stopped reviewing for a bit, but then I got back. It's whatever. But point being, I've been following the Darth Vader. I've been reading and reviewing the Darth Vader comics since the start. So once that's over, I don't know if there'll be another Star Wars comic that will really grab my attention. So why did I get this too, Star Wars Inquisitors? Well, it was I got it offline. And there was a deal going on. I was like, buy one, get one, 50% off. And I was like, oh, okay. And I kind of wanted to keep the theme going. And the other reason why I wanted to read this is because Rodney Barnes had written this comic. And Rodney Barnes is a comic writer that I really enjoy. He's a comic writer who's done, like, Philadelphia. He's also done a lot of stuff for Marvel and DC, like Batman Full Moon. He's mainly done a lot of horror. He's done a lot of, like, horror comics, so I was very curious to see a Rodney Barnes Star Wars book, because I think that'd be really cool. And I think he has done other Star Wars books, but this was the only one that really, like, jumped out to me, because I really wanted to see how he would use... And I also do enjoy the Inquisitors. That's the other thing, is that I do enjoy the Inquisitors as, like, these smaller evils before Vader. Even though some of the Inquisitor stuff does get inconsistent at times. Anyway, so let's talk about this book. So if you're wondering where we are in continuity, this is like early... this is the height of the Empire. This is before, like, even Star Wars, the Jedi video games, because you have Ninth Sister. You have Ninth Sister here, and Grand Inquisitor. You have also Fifth Brother and Seventh Sister here, so this is before Rebels. So yeah... we are basically looking at a Star Wars comic that is the height of the Imperial reign, and the Inquisitors are essentially doing, as they are always doing, hunting Jedi. And Vader has tasked the Grand Inquisitor, as well as the other Inquisitors, a very vital role. And that is basically... there is a... Jedi named Tensu Run, who is this young Jedi Knight who is doing something that the Empire really doesn't like, and that is inspiring hope in others. And if you're a, intergalactic fascist organization, you don't like the word hope for the people you're trying to rule over. But the thing is, so Vader has tasked the Inquisitors with killing him fast as possible. And it basically becomes a cat and mouse game for the Inquisitors hunting Tensu Ra. So, what did I think of this comic? Well, the comic basically is 4 issues, and I feel like this could have benefited from a 5-issue miniseries rather than just 4 issues, because this comic really ends just abruptly. Like, this comic really ends abruptly, and also, there is solid action here. I will give it that, is that this comic really does have like some really good action to it. And I also really enjoy the artwork by Ramon Rosneros and Guru FX. The artwork, very bright, very vibrant. But it does, I will say, some of the points of the artwork, it does remind me of Salvador Larroca's artwork. Like, at first, when I was looking at like images like these, I was like, is this Larroca? Did they switch to Salvador Larroca real fast? I didn't really I wasn't really like I wasn't sure for a second. I had to like do a double take to make sure it wasn't Salvador Larroca doing that. So the other thing I was I really did like was that I would love to see Barnes do a Vader story or a Vader comic, but I think they're done with the Darth Vader comics because now we have Charles Soule's Kylo Ren comic, which I have no interest in. So we have what was it? But I would have liked to have seen Rodney Barnes. I would love to have seen Rodney Barnes do a Darth Vader book. That would have been cool. Tensu Ran also is an interesting character, even though, yes, spoiler alert, he don't make it past this book. It's interesting because like he's seen as like this Masonic character among people he was saving, but at the same time he's just like, dude, I just want to survive, but I know the Jedi Order needs to survive with me. So he's basically trying desperately to kind of maintain this image of a Jedi along with his other friends who are also Jedi Knights. But at the same time, he's also like in the background, he's like, oh my God, like keep it together, Tetsu. Like we're gonna get through this. Like it's fine. It's all gonna be fine. Like that's what it really does feel like sometimes. So I do appreciate that we have like for once a Jedi Knight who is basically like, hey, I say I'm fine, but really I don't think I'm fine. Like I don't think any of this is fine, and I'm genuinely a little concerned for my safety. But like I said, the comic really just abruptly ends. I feel like this should have gotten a fifth issue at least to let it breathe. The first three issues are like almost feel like one and dones involving like the Grand Inquisitor, then the Fifth Brother, and then the third issue centers around the Seventh and Ninth Sisters. I will say though, the Grand Inquisitor does have a really cold and scary moment where he threatens to execute all these kids in front of their parents, and then he's just like, okay, we'll kill the kids and take the children into indoctrination in Imperial academies. That'll be fun. So I was like, damn. There are some dark moments here, but yeah, all in all, it's decent. It's fun. Nothing really too groundbreaking. I just wish it was just an issue longer because it would have given it a chance to breathe. But if you are a fan of the Inquisitors and want to check out more stuff with them, but while they were still alive, it doesn't really do anything to like change their it's no real like deep character explanation for any of them. Although you do get bits and pieces of the Grand Inquisitor and Fifth Brother's origin, but not too deep. I'm sure that Disney and the Star Wars comics editorial told Barnes what he could and could not put or tease or what have you. But having said all that, it is a decent enough book to check out. So I would recommend it if you really like the Inquisitors. But yeah, so there you go. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.